Today we are finally diving deep into how artificial intelligence can genuinely accelerate those messy, tedious editing tasks that steal your valuable creative time. I was recently wrestling with a raw 19-minute interview, which perfectly illustrates where text-based workflows and intelligent AI tools become absolute lifesavers. Documentary-style interviews and those lengthy, unedited raw takes are precisely the kinds of content where this automation truly shines brightest. To kick things off, let's look at the typical transcription process within a standard editor versus what the newer AI platforms are offering today. In your traditional software, you can usually toggle an auto-transcribe feature within the project settings to start generating captions for imported media. It's convenient because once activated, you don't have to manually press that transcribe button every single time you bring in new footage. However, it often feels like just checking a box, delivering a raw transcript that requires you to jump back into the timeline for tedious manual trims. You end up hunting down those perfect sound bites, trying to sculpt that 19-minute ramble into something that is actually snackable for viewers. One of the most powerful features of text-based editing is the pure magic of the search function. Being able to type a specific word and instantly jump to every single occurrence within your footage feels genuinely like a superpower. For instance, searching for a common term popped up 16 different hits spread across that entire long interview recording. If you needed to globally change that specific term, perhaps correcting a consistent mispronunciation, you can utilize Find and Replace directly in the transcript. In standard software, replacing words in the transcript correctly updates the captions, which is great for quick name swaps or fixing verbal slip-ups. Now let's talk about the genuine hustle saver for high-volume creators, efficiently removing all those unnecessary pauses. Long-form interviews are inevitably filled with those little breaths, distracting ums, and painfully awkward silences. If you can simply select every single pause and delete them all en masse, you instantly create a much tighter and punchier rough cut. Your established editor allows you to select pauses and either lift them, which keeps the gaps, or extract them for an actual ripple delete cut. This is great functionality, but you still need to manually decide which pauses should be lifted versus which should be fully extracted, especially across dozens of clips. This is the precise moment where newer, more advanced AI-first tools truly change the entire game for editors. Imagine an AI that not only handles transcription, but also automatically highlights your most engaging segments and trims out filler on its own. It delivers finished short clips ready for immediate posting, all without you having to micromanage every single cut decision. Tools built specifically for this purpose can auto-edit viral clips directly from your long-form content. They actively find the highest engagement pieces and spit out perfectly paced content optimized for platforms like TikTok or Instagram Reels. So instead of spending frustrating hours scrubbing through 19 minutes of raw footage, you get several polished clips that already nail the pace and hook. Let me walk you through some specific workflows I use when the source material is less than ideal. Last week we filmed inside a glass and paint factory, meaning we were dealing with constant industrial noise and extremely loud machinery. In the traditional editor, you can select the troubled clip and use the enhancement feature to clean up the dialogue a little bit. It is genuinely impressive how much clearer a phrase like, "It's a long melting process" can become after that initial digital cleanup. But here's the limitation. You are still forced to apply that process manually, one clip after another, which is a killer on a tight deadline. With an AI platform designed for creators, you gain the massive advantage of being able to batch process the entire session. It will automatically tag the dialogue, separate it from background music, boost clarity where needed, and flag any takes that are simply unusable, saving you critical hours when you are facing a very strict submission deadline for your client or platform. Music editing used to be another huge headache, especially trying to perfectly match a long track to your final video length. Your standard software has a cool remix tool where you drag a song to the desired duration, and it analyzes and recuts the music for you. It does a surprisingly good job of creating seamless transitions within the song structure, which is a great starting point. But if your output goal is 50 short clips per week, doing that manual remix for every single one becomes completely unsustainable. The AI-powered tools, however, will automatically fit background music across multiple finished clips at once. They can even suggest slight musical variations tailored for the unique pacing requirements of different social media formats. This seemingly small feature saves you hours over the course of a month when you multiply it across your entire content output. Scene detection is another massive workflow advantage, especially coming from multi-camera setups or very long raw rolls with hard cuts. You can right-click your master footage and run a scene edit detection, which uses intelligent analysis to apply cuts at those exact edit points. This process is very fast and quite reliable for getting your initial clip boundaries set up correctly. However, after those cuts are applied, you still need to manually reframe, stabilize, and prepare every single new cut for vertical social formats. That's where smart reframe tools and AI batch reframing capabilities come into play to save the day. The built-in auto reframe feature creates a new vertical sequence and attempts to automatically track the main subject throughout the clip. It scales, it recenters, and it follows the action automatically, which works surprisingly well for straightforward interview segments. But be warned, it can sometimes wobble or look awkward on trickier, more dynamic action shots requiring manual keyframe correction. The real shift with an AI-first workflow is that reframing, crop optimization, and multiple format outputs are handled inside the final export pipeline. You simply specify that you need square, landscape, and vertical versions, and the system generates all three perfectly framed. Crucially, it intelligently picks different endpoints and crop positions, so each version has the best possible pacing for its specific platform. Let's briefly shift our attention to the topic of color grading, which can also eat up significant time. The built-in color panel offers fast options like quickly applying a standard LUT, auto-detecting log footage, or using auto-white balance. These tools provide a very solid, learnable starting point because you can literally watch the sliders move as the changes happen. Yet, for any creator managing hundreds of clips, manually applying those LUTs and tweaking the white balance across the whole batch remains a tedious chore. While no AI tool replaces a dedicated professional colorist, it can auto-apply corrections and LUTs based on clip analysis. This allows you to maintain a beautifully consistent visual look across an entire video series, which is a huge time saver. That level of consistency is critical when you are publishing daily content and need everything to match perfectly every time. Now let's talk about the absolute final hurdle, the complex world of distribution and scheduling. Countless apps handle the editing part, but scheduling and posting across platforms is often a separate, massive headache. You edit a clip, export a dozen different variants, and then you have to manually upload to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. This process forces you to set unique captions, hashtags, and posting times for each one, which introduces friction that kills consistency. This is precisely where an integrated content calendar and auto-schedule functionality becomes the ultimate game changer for your output. Instead of exporting and manually uploading, you queue up all your clips, select a posting cadence, and let the platform handle the scheduling automatically. Want 2 posts going out every single day, Monday through Friday? You set that schedule once and essentially forget about it. The AI can even analyze platform data to suggest the absolute best times for posting based on historical audience engagement. This saves you from the spreadsheet nightmare of constantly tracking what goes out when across your entire ecosystem. I will be completely honest, other apps like Descript are amazing for their text-based editing and user-friendly interface. They manage to deliver much of the core functionality of Premiere within a much friendlier visual experience for the user. However, Descript does not solve the crucial problem of cross-platform publishing and scheduling natively within its system. And while Premiere is incredibly powerful, it fundamentally assumes you want to sit down and meticulously polish every single frame yourself. For creators whose main objective is achieving high volume and maximizing reach, that functional gap between editing and publishing really matters. This next generation of AI platforms sits in a very specific, powerful spot in the market. They combine the editorial intelligence of text-based editing with the batch processing efficiency of modern AI. Crucially, they add a necessary publishing layer, auto-editing for viral clips, auto-scheduling to keep your feed full, and a content calendar to manage it all. You stop just making clips, you start running a true content machine that can scale without leading to creator burnout. To make this concept feel truly tangible, imagine you have 1 full hour of raw, unedited live stream footage. With traditional software, you will be busy trimming, transcribing, cleaning, and doing countless manual checks for that hour. A modern AI workflow, by contrast, transcribes everything automatically and immediately finds the top 10 soundbites worth clipping. It then edits those soundbites into snappy 15 to 60-second pieces, automatically adds captions and background music stingers. Finally, it lines them all up neatly in the calendar to automatically post over the next 2 weeks without any further input from you. You always retain the ability to review and tweak any single clip, but the default output is already optimized for maximum viral potential. So, to summarize, if you absolutely love having granular control and want to obsess over every single frame, Premiere remains the undisputed king. But if your primary goals are speed, massive volume, and a much smarter way to maintain content consistency, an AI-first platform is perfectly tailored for you. This approach is specifically designed for creators who desperately need to publish more content without the cost of hiring an entire production team. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope that detailed walkthrough proved useful for your editing mindset. If you are currently wrestling with long, rambling interviews or noisy footage, start thinking differently about your process. Embrace the idea of text-first editing combined with completely automated scheduling, because that combination fundamentally changes the game. Catch you all in the next video, and wishing you the absolute best of luck with all of your upcoming edits.